Hey, what's up? It's Alex. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Short News Podcast. I hope your weeks are all going well. It's Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning when you're most likely listening to this, so the week's almost done. Congratulations, you've made it this far. Not much has been going on in my life, so I think we should just jump right into catching up with our news correspondent, Michael Hunt, Mike for short, to see what's going on out in the world. Hello and welcome to the Short News. I'm Mike Hunt. Here are today's top stories. Michael Bloomberg has qualified for tonight's Democratic debate in Nevada. This will be a test to see how Bloomberg, who entered the presidential race pretty late, will fare against other Democrats who have been on the campaign trail for months. Attorney General William Barr is reportedly considering resigning from his position. This is apparently because of President Trump's tweets about the Justice Department investigations. Barr has been telling both people inside and outside the White House that the president's conduct has made him consider leaving the Department of Justice. Barr has said that he's asked the president multiple times not to comment on ongoing investigations, but Trump has denied those requests and done the opposite. A Texas man drove to a beer garden with a mangled corpse of a pedestrian that he hit. Apparently, the driver was drunk and stopped at a beer garden for another drink with a mangled corpse who was in the passenger seat of his car. Paul Joseph Garcia, age 24, apparently rammed into a pedestrian who was pushing a shopping cart. Apparently, it was a brutal scene. The victim went through Garcia's Ford Focus windshield and body parts had become detached from the impact. Well, that's dark and gross. An 88-year-old crossing guard sacrificed his life to save the lives of two elementary school students. Bob Nill, a crossing guard in Kansas City, Kansas, a beloved character in the town, saw a sedan coming at the crosswalk with no sign of stopping or slowing, even though he had his stop sign up. Nill told the two children who were about to step off the curb to stay where they are, and Nill stood where he was at the crosswalk and was struck by the car and died. The Kansas City mayor thanked Nill posthumously for his heroic act, and he will be remembered by the community as a hero. In technology news, an Animal Crossing Nintendo Direct is set to be coming this week, so stay tuned for that to get more information on the newest Animal Crossing, New Horizons. This has been the Short News. I'm Michael Hunt, Mike for short. Back to you, Alex. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Thanks for filling in for Dick. So, there was one thing in the news that I didn't want to joke about because it really has been bothering me, really been making me sad. Caroline Flack, the host of the famous British reality show Love Island, has passed away after taking her own life. For those of you who still don't know yet, Flack was found dead in her home on Saturday, and this comes, a little bit after. We discussed this briefly a while ago, how she was arrested for assault on her boyfriend for allegedly throwing a phone at him, and she lost her job as host of the show because of it. I'm pretty sure even back then I said that's not, like, a big enough thing. Like, if he was cheating, like, he kind of deserved to have his phone thrown at him, in my opinion. But she lost her job on Love Island because she was being painted by the media as an abuser. In an unreleased Instagram post, she talked about how her whole life was swept from beneath her feet because of her mistake, and she talks about the regret that she was feeling, as well as the pain that she's been going through for her whole life. And it's really upsetting me because mental health has been, like, a major issue in my own life, and I, like, personally have been taking it day by day, just trying to be all right. And it saddens me every time that I hear that somebody's lost that battle, because yes, it is most certainly a battle, a constant battle that could be invisible to others, but takes over your very own existence. Like, the biggest mistake that almost cost me my own battle was that I didn't reach out for help until it was almost too late. And finally, people around me, as well as me, myself, started taking my and their own and all of our mental wellness seriously. And maybe Flack just needed someone to be there that day to understand that she was going through an unimaginable amount of pain, unseen by everybody else. All they could see was an abuser, even though, in my opinion, she made a simple mistake she was just emotional about something that we would all be emotional about. I'm, like, not saying it's okay to throw a phone at your boyfriend if you find text between them and another girl. But this was blown way out of proportion by the media, who made her look like a monster without even considering how she was feeling, or without getting all of the facts right. And people on the internet, instead of forming their own opinions, thinking critically, and having some form of empathy, where they were complicit in the media's sensationalism, which pretty much ruined this woman's life and reputation when she was already in a fragile state of mind. My point is, people need to be more understanding of these types of things. When I was going through some dark shit in college, here's like an antidote, I guess you would call it. So yeah, when I was going through some dark shit in college, I would leave school every weekend to go visit Ashley and come back Sunday nights for school the next day. I lived in this eco-friendly theme house that was kind of like a cult, just because they did everything together, and they would get mad at me for leaving during the weekends. It made me feel like less than them and alienated me for missing Sunday dinners, which, in my opinion, is stupid. Like, what the fuck are we, a classic Italian family? One Sunday night, I was having a really tough time, and I was with Ashley, and we were about to say goodbye in like an hour to I was gonna head on the train back to college, when I get a text from this girl Hannah. I'm not even like masking names at this point. Hannah, just absolutely laying into me and telling me I do nothing and contribute nothing, and that she's leaving all the dishes for me to do as like a punishment for not being there. And once she's done, flipping a shit at me, I tell her that I'm going through a really tough time, And she and the rest of the house still lay into me for being gone, even after I told them I'm having really self-destructive issues and need to leave school for the weekends. And they were not at all understanding, empathetic, or anything about that. They're just a bunch of self-absorbed pricks. Like, they, especially Hannah, made me feel like I wasn't one of them because I wasn't okay. So to Ozone House, except for the people that I like, you know who you are because I still talk to you. So to everyone but you guys, Brendan, Lucia, you're cool. Everyone else, fuck you. You self-centered, inconsiderate, wanna-be Californian pieces of shit. Especially you, Hannah. Fucking walking around the house literally butt naked all day, and if anyone objects or feels uncomfortable or violated by being forced to see you butt-ass naked, then they're oppressing you somehow? I could go into this all day. But maybe, my point is, maybe Caroline Flack would still be alive if the media and internet didn't play this out more than it needed to be played out. Maybe we wouldn't even have to be talking about this. So, if anyone is feeling self-destructive or suicidal or depressed or whatever you're going through, you need to find someone to open up to. Keeping it all inside is going to slowly wear away at your soul and eventually probably kill you. I'm not exaggerating. It's important to get help. I always say that I think everybody, no matter who you are, needs therapy. And there's also the suicide hotline if you're really at that point, 1-800-273-8255. So reach out to someone. Don't go through what you're suffering alone. Trust me, you'll feel so much better once you open up to somebody you trust. Never feel like what you're going through is stupid. Because most likely somebody else around you knows what it feels like. They might be going through it too. And also, fuck the people who give you a hard time for being in a tough place. They're inconsiderate and ignorant to the fact that people other than themselves have issues to deal with. So that got dark for a second. Oh God, that was... I didn't use any fake names there. Whatever, right? But I felt like something needed to be said. And mental health is really important. Alright, let's we should lighten up the mood a little bit with a couple stories to get things off our mind. I'm still not sure if I want to tell the Tinder story. It's really bad. So, let's quickly change the subject from this to something a little bit lighter. So, we're going to go back in time for a little bit in this installment of Stories in Stupidity. We're back. So, this one is me atoning for my sins. Me admitting... Oh wait, why is the doorbell ringing? 1 second. It's Hannah. Just the UPS man. Sorry, everybody. Where were we in this story? Yeah, we're going back in time, right? To a time in the world where I was an asshole. And listen, I don't want forgiveness. I just think this is gonna help me feel better about it. So, here we go. In November of 2014, I was dating this girl and had been for like half a year. The relationship was a little intense, maybe too intense for our ages, and it honestly felt like we were forcing it sometimes. she was too lazy to come visit, and I had already visited her twice, and she had just told me she was probably never going to be able to come up to my college and visit. So I was feeling pretty shitty about this relationship at the time. And after that conversation, we spent a whole day not talking to each other. I was just so mad that she didn't want to make an effort to come see me, but would make the effort to see her guy friend from college, who she told me has had a major crush on her for since they've known each other. I don't know. Did I have the right to be pissed? Whatever. I was pissed. So eventually she's like, "We need to talk. Why are you ignoring me? Where do we stand right now?" And I was like, "I'm not sure. You won't even come visit me, but you go and see so-and-so who has feelings for you." And we argued about it for a while. And then there was this awkward silence when we were trying to figure out what we were. And she, out of nowhere, just goes, "I started talking to Enrique again." Now, this is not his real name. We're not using real names anymore. This piece of shit that we're calling Enrique was a guy she'd been fucking for a year on and off, and she was obsessed with him and with talking about him and their sex life to me throughout the whole entire bloody relationship, constantly comparing me to him and mentioning him and bragging about the things they've done, making me really, really insecure about the current relationship, and especially the current relationship between the two of them. What I don't know what's going on, but she had told me months before and promised that when I left for college, she wouldn't be and hadn't been and wouldn't talk to him, and would respect and had been respecting the boundaries that we set about talking to exes. So now obviously all of that was bullshit. So I went silent, and she starts crying and says "Say something, Alex, please. Say anything. Tell me I fucked up." And I honestly couldn't say anything at all. I couldn't say anything mean. I couldn't say how I was feeling, because honestly, I was numb with overwhelming amounts of anger, hatred, heartbreak, rage, devastation, and deceit. All I could say was, "Well, I can't really do anything about that. If you can't let go of him, then I can't stop you." She felt bad. I mean, obviously, she's a fucking liar, and she just took my heart, ripped it into a billion pieces, chewed it up, and shat it back out into my face. And then she hits me with "We don't have to break up, but maybe we can take a break and start back up again when you come home from school for Thanksgiving." My heart dropped another 30 stories into the core of the earth. Instead of giving her a piece of my mind, I just said, "Okay, yeah, that sounds good to me." And she goes, "I won't be with any guys during the break. I'll wait for you." I thought that was bullshit, since she was talking to one guy she's repeatedly fucked and been obsessed with low-key, trying to get back together with him, and another guy who is obsessed with her. But I didn't say anything until she went, "You weren't going to do anything crazy and hook up with some random girl, right?" And I was like, "What? No. I couldn't even think of doing that right now. I just want to be alone and deal with this. Don't worry about that. I'll probably just hang out with the boys." We said goodbye for the night, and that we would check in on each other the next day, and we hung up on the FaceTime. And then I immediately turned to my boy, who had come back from the other room, and I'm like, "Let's go fuck some random bitches. I'm single. Let's fucking go, bro." Or something along those hyper-masculine, misogynistic lines. So we got the boys together. This was back when I was still pretending to want to be a frat bro, and pre-gamed with a bunch of girls in the dorms near us. My buddies were way too happy to have me there with them as a single man. But they were being really supportive and saying things like, you've been my wingman all these times, Mador. Now it's time for me to be yours. And so we drink, we smoke, we have a good time, and we finally get out to Greek Row to meet some girls at a frat party. And so we get there. We're waiting in this long-ass line. I'm drunk. I mean, not belligerent, more like tipsy and cocky. Too cocky. My friends haven't found any girls, and the fraternity isn't letting guys in unless they have girls with them or a date. My friend, turns over to talk to me, and I'm already across the line introducing myself to a group of girls that none of us even know. I don't know where this comes from because, listen, before this point, I had only dated 2.5 people, been with maybe 4 people, had been voted least confident person in all of Richfield High School. That's a joke, but might as well have been. But here I was all like, hey, what up? I'm Alex. How you doing? And I asked all their names, they introduced themselves, and I asked if I could join them in line. I brought out a pack of cigarettes. Listen, kids, smoking is bad, but when you're in college, a cigarette is your ticket to everything. A cigarette can get you into a fraternity. A cigarette can make you new friends. A cigarette can get you laid. So, I know at least 1 in 5 of them must smoke. And I was right. She goes, can I have a cigarette? And I'm like, yeah, of course, dude. And I light her one and we start talking. She tells me her name and I immediately go, wow, that's a beautiful name. I've honestly never met anyone with that name before in real life. We start talking about our lives. I just happen to throw in that I'm a musician, and I guess that scored me some interest points. The line was getting shorter, and we're getting closer to the entrance, and I have to think fast before we get in there, and she decides somebody else is more interesting. So I notice a lull in the conversation, and we're just looking at each other, and I, the fucking smooth as sandpaper man that I am, use my signature line, do you want to make out? And she did. Long story short, we danced, had a great night, went back to my dorm, and I single-handedly sabotaged any chances of ever recovering or salvaging my relationship with my girlfriend at the time. So, me and this new girl started something casual. I told my now ex what happened, and we ended things there. Still not on good terms with this girl, probably never will be. A lot of my friends who are also girls ended up taking her side too, and honestly, I guess I can understand why, but I am sure she didn't mention any of her fuck-ups at all, so if you're listening to this and you're one of those friends who has ditched me for her, how about you all get your facts straight before just believing someone because you have the same sex organs? You've known me longer, and even more personally than she has, but you've chosen to take her side. But, you know what? Anyways, I did fuck up. I could have been the bigger person in this situation, and I don't want to take, I could have said, I don't want to take a break. I just want to end it, instead of lying to her and hurting her back just because she hurt me. Because that immediately made me the worst person. I also kind of talked a lot of shit about her after we broke up because I was in such a blind rage. So to her, if you're listening, I am sorry about that. I was 18. I was angry. My parents were getting divorced. My best friend had just died. I felt like you had abandoned and betrayed me. I didn't want to be at my college. All kinds of problems. I fucked up. Look, I'm atoning for it here. Is this good enough? I don't know why I'm telling you guys this story, but anyways, that's today's story in stupidity. I hope you enjoyed that one. By the way, that was, 6 years ago? Almost 7? Yeah. Jeez, that was a long time ago. So yeah, I was an idiot. I was a huge idiot. And, the fact that I'm talking about it now just proves how much of an idiot I was. So, anyways, I've been talking for kind of a while, and this has been kind of a heavy episode. Jesus Christ. We're gonna take a quick break so I can, cry in the shower all by myself. I'm kidding. No, I just need to get some water, and we gotta do an ad read. So, we'll be back after these messages. See you in a sec, guys. Peace. Well, not peace, just see you in a sec. Hey, guys, I want to take another second to talk to you about Buzzsprout. Today is a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're looking for a new marketing channel, have a message you want to share with the world, or just think it would be fun to have your own talk show, podcasting is an easy, inexpensive, and fun way to expand your reach online. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more within minutes of finishing your recording. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and the team at Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed. Join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. I've been using Buzzsprout for about a month now, and their resources have been extremely useful in making my podcast more professional and making the process so much easier. And if you sign up for the paid plan by following the link in the description of this show, you'll not only be supporting us at the Short News, but you'll also get a $20 Amazon gift card. Buzzsprout. Let's create something great together. Now, we got another one. I want to talk to you about something soft, warm, fresh, cruelty-free, something you need. Something everybody needs. It's called Buffy. Buffy offers a range of bedding products, including the world's softest and coolest comforters, duvet covers, and sheets. They ship for free, don't charge you unless you decide to keep what you ordered, and have free returns if you decide to send it back. Buffy is seriously sustainable as well. Their products keep water bottles out of landfills, protect geese from live plucking, and use less water and land to produce than cotton. Following the link in the show notes lets Buffy know we sent you and helps support our show, and you will get access to the world's softest comforters, duvet covers, and sheets made of 100% eucalyptus fiber. Completely breathable, There's temperature regulating so you don't kick your comforter to the floor. Cruelty-free. Each comforter protects 12 geese from live plucking. Hypoallergenic, so you don't have to worry about those sniffles and itchy eyes. And you get to try Buffy products in your home for free. You will only be charged if you choose to keep them. So, also, they ship via certified carbon neutral shipping to you eco-nuts out there. So, go to the link in the show notes and try out Buffy today. Back to you, Alex. Welcome back to the show. This is the part where the rap breaks down. It's real intense. No one makes a sound. Everything looks like it's 8 Mile now. No, this is the part where we talk about relationship advice. And after that last story, you probably think, this is the last person I want to listen to for relationship advice. But we're going to do this anyways. My 24 male fiance, 22 female, wants me to get circumcised before our wedding. I refuse, and it's causing huge arguments. Am I being manipulated? This is going to be a long one. Oh, he removed the first one. Let's see what this one says. I don't know where to start, but I'd like to thank everyone on here. First, I've received countless PMs, all pretty much saying the same thing, yet I still wanted to work things out and marry her. Then a few days after my post, we had a huge fight. She threatened me? Okay, wait, what? I won't give too many details, but it was more than enough to give me a wake-up call. And that's when I finally realized that this relationship isn't healthy or normal. I had those thoughts before, but her action that day confirmed it. Right now, I'm in the process of completely removing her from my life. It's a shock to the system. I went from planning my future with her to actively cutting off everything. Too long, didn't read, we are no longer together. So we never got to find out why. You know what? There is a way. So when somebody removes a post, get the actual link and then bring it into your Safari or your browser and replace the R in Reddit with a C, so it says Kedit. And that will attempt to recover the original post if it was removed. So, let's see if we can get it. Let's get it on Kedit. Please work. Come on. Yes. Okay, I got it. Oh my god. You guys... Hello? These annoying numbers keep calling me. Okay, fuck it. Let's do it. My fiance wants me to get started. Okay, we met in the summer of 2018 and got engaged last year. Although our relationship is pretty solid, she can be very hot-headed. For example, she gets upset when things don't go her way and takes it as a personal insult. It's definitely a princess syndrome that can be difficult to deal with, but it never caused serious issues. A couple months ago, she told me that I will get circumcised before our wedding later this year. I said no, and she straight up told me that it's not a choice. We argued for a bit, and she said that I wouldn't be attracted to her if she had an outy vagina with extra skin hanging. Her words, not mine. I told her that it's not really the same thing at all, and that I'd be attracted to her regardless. However, she got very irritated and ignored me for the rest of the evening. Already some red flags here. She has not stopped talking about this since that day. Every day she sends me articles talking about the benefits of circumcision, that it's totally healthy/safe, and why I should do it. She says that civilized men get circumcised and that we're not like those Europeans. The thing is, she's mixed race, half French, and grew up in France, so I don't understand her thought process here. Her ex was French, but she repeatedly said that she dislikes French people and wants me to be better than that. According to her, that includes getting a circumcision. Yesterday, she brought it up again, and I said that she has no right to tell me what to do with my body. She yelled that she spends a ton of time and effort into her appearance and isn't asking for much in return. While it's true she spends a lot of money on beauty, hair, facial treatments, around $800 a month. Whew. I don't think you can compare that to a circumcision. Yeah, exactly. She got very upset, calling me selfish and heartless, and basically told me to fuck off. Normally, when we argue, she doesn't get that heated, but I could hardly tolerate her attitude yesterday. Later that evening, we had sex. Yes, I'm stupid. And in the middle of it, she brought up the topic again. It felt very manipulative, and when I told her that this is not the right time, she accused me of not loving her and actually started crying. Since she rarely cries, this didn't seem genuine. She got up and told me that we will get this done either way and that I shouldn't let such a small issue ruin what we have. To be honest, that sounded ominous and I don't even know what to think of it. Is it something we can work out at all? Throughout our entire relationship, she never complained about my uncircumcised penis, and now it's such a big deal to her. It's giving me anxiety about our future, and I don't even know what to do. We've had so many discussions about it, and it always ends the same way. Okay. So, I think, this post got locked. It got deleted. A bunch of people already answered it. He updated it, said that he has cut her out of his life. But we should still talk about it after reading through all of that. I mean, Jesus Christ. And all these, I guarantee you, that lady who's trying to get him to chop off his foreskin is a my body, my choice type of person. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but if you're gonna say that, don't be a fucking hypocrite and force your man to get his dick chopped up. If I could have had it my way, I wouldn't have gotten circumcised. Fuck my parents. They're fucking selfish pricks for doing that. Dude, that's your dick, that's your choice. If she's gonna try that hard, she's gonna tell you it's not a choice, that is very ominous and scary. It's like she's gonna circumcise you in your sleep. If anybody is going through this, run. Run the other way. Because whether you're a guy or a girl, your significant other should not be telling you what to do with your body. It's simple. Especially not circumcision. What the fuck? Even if it's a religious thing, which it seems like it's not. It's just an aesthetic problem for her. If it's that big of a deal, then she should find somebody circumcised. And you should find somebody who will love you for you and not be abusive like this. Boom. I don't know what else to say about that. Other than, Mom and Dad, fuck you for picking for me. Circumcision is ridiculous. Fucking taking the pleasure away from men. What are we, fucking dogs? There's a lot of biology talk in the comments. In the replies. More like asking her to remove the clitoral hood so it becomes less sensitive due to constant abrasion. The foreskin and the clitoral hood are anatomically equivalent, both being the prepuce, but removing of the foreskin is so much worse than the removing of the clitoral hood. Jesus, health teacher. The foreskin and clitoral hood both protect the sensitive parts of your... You can't, so don't remove either. Why are people removing people's parts? Guys, come on, stop removing men and women's pleasure parts. Let us enjoy it. Dude, if I could get my foreskin back, then I would. Like, that should be the next Taken movie. Liam Neeson just goes on like an all-out rampage and like quest to get his foreskin back because somebody circumcised him while he was asleep.
Now listen, I don't know who you are. I don't know why you took my foreskin, but I will find you, and I will put my foreskin back on my penis, and then I will fuck you with it, and it will feel good.
I'm sorry, Liam Neeson.
It's okay. It is what I wanted.
Okay, haven't heard much from him since that racist stuff. Nearly unanimously, circumcised men experience much less sexual pleasure than uncircumcised men, and are also much more likely to report sexual numbness or pain than circumcised men. And men who are circumcised during their adult lives due to complications in their foreskin. Okay, so they're saying like you especially shouldn't get circumcised as an adult. So we know she's not even asking, she's demanding and playing it like he has to say, has no say at all. Nuts. And then somebody replies, that'll be the next thing she takes. Because nuts. That's funny. Not before a few kids. No, you don't get it. It's her dick now. Yeah, what the fuck? Alright, so wow. Let's find one that's not this one. Let's get far away from this one. Let's go top posts of today. Okay. My 26 female boyfriend, 25 male, told me he believes the earth is flat, and I just don't know what to do with that information. We were sharing breakfast at our favorite diner when he goes off on a rant about how he believes the earth is flat and that the government is trying to hide another solar sun in the sky. He said that the real sun gives off rays and the fake sun does not, and that's why sometimes you can notice an object giving off two shadows. Honestly, I'm paraphrasing and do not know the exact context of his words because I was so taken aback. I asked him if he really actually thought the earth was flat, and he said something along the lines as Antarctica not really being a dead zone, and the government doesn't allow people to go there, so the public won't find out the truth about the earth being flat, and something else about an ice wall. I literally don't know how to feel about all this. Everyone is entitled to their opinions, but there is common knowledge that is just the standard. And what he was saying is kind of extreme. Don't get me wrong, I'm huge on conspiracies and questioning all information that is given to us by the media, but I don't want to picture my boyfriend as one of those flat earth nuts. We've had similar talks like this when we first met, but I could tell by my reaction he never presses on or discussed any of his beliefs because of how ridiculous I thought they were. I want to be in a relationship where our beliefs somewhat align, or we can meet in the middle. I don't know if this is necessarily a deal breaker. He is a great man, but I feel that he overthinks things to an extreme, to a point where it doesn't even make any sense, and he either thinks I'm too stupid to understand, or that I think he's stupid for even making the comment in the first place. For example, when we first started talking, he made a comment about how nothing is healthy or good for you. I asked to elaborate, and he said something along the lines of, an apple is healthy for you, but if you eat 10,000 apples, it's unhealthy. Therefore, apples are not healthy at all. I don't understand his rhetoric and analogies, and recently I've realized that's why we don't have deep and meaningful conversations, because I don't get him and he doesn't get me. I really don't know what to do at this point. I absolutely love and adore this man, and he is really good to me and treats me with the utmost respect, but is this a deal breaker? I mean, it sounds to me like you're dating Matthew McConaughey. So, that's up to you. An apple is unhealthy. An apple is healthy for you, but if you eat 10,000 apples, it's unhealthy. Therefore, apples are not healthy at all. So you circumcise an apple. Are you really getting a healthy time? Sorry. I mean, I guess... Then how... Wait, I'm not on his level. Then how come you believe that 9/11 was an inside job and that the government is hiding a cure for cancer for their own profits? Wait, is this something OP believes? She said it right here, and then he links. Alright, well, apparently she's a truther. How do we know? Oh, some conspiracies I've researched. Oh, here it is, her comment. Some conspiracies I've researched and believe are, and I will get a lot of backlash for this, that 9/11 was an inside job and the government is hiding or preventing the release of cures for illnesses like certain cancers, AIDS, in order to benefit from the profits of treating the illness itself. And then somebody comments, you, dear, have no room to criticize him on his bullshit beliefs when you hold equally bullshit beliefs. Yeah, both of you guys honestly seem perfect for each other. You know, you gotta really look into these relationship advices is one of the things I'm looking at. You gotta look at the profile of the person who's posting to see what kinds of things they've talked about before, to get a good gist of them, so you get more context. So this lady, we didn't even have to search. She added the context of what conspiracies she believes in. And you know what?
they're common conspiracies, but so is Flat Earth. She is in no place to be judging her boyfriend when she herself holds some controversial thoughts about controversial things herself. So I think she just needs to, if she can't handle dating somebody so similar to herself, then maybe they shouldn't be together. But she should suspend her judgment and understand that they both have some weird beliefs. Everybody's going to disagree on things. And if he's good other than that, then fine. As long as the flat earth thing isn't affecting how he is as a, person. Or I guess as long as your shit isn't affecting him. But yeah, you really don't have any room to criticize him. If you really can't handle it, then don't be with him. But if it's not getting in the way of anything, then you gotta just work past it. People disagree on all kinds of shit. Some of these are intense. My teacher, late 20s male, acts just a little bit weird around me, 17 female. What's with all these 17 females getting into really uncomfortable situations with older men in their lives? That's fucked up. Okay. My teacher, late 20s male, acts just a little bit off around me, 17 female. Am I looking too far into his actions or what? I'm a junior in high school, and there's this new teacher that says things to me that just slightly weird me out. Not overtly pervy or something, just odd enough so it sits weird with me. I don't want to go right to a counselor or anything and say he's being weird, because my school just had a mini scandal where a teacher was caught in a relationship with a senior. Oh, my school had that too, except she never got caught. So everyone's kind of on the edge. Here's some examples of things that are just a little bit weird to me. He will often come around class and ask us how we're doing, which is fine. He usually just stands behind us and asks, but he always sits down right next to me and kind of scoots closer and acts extra interested in what I'm saying. He always rearranged the seating chart, and every single time, everyone moves but me. He always sits me facing his desk. He's changed the seating chart about 7 times this year, and I'm the only one who has never moved. He gives me little things, like a book he'd think I'd like. He is a language arts teacher, and I always like to read during free times in class. Or he specifically offers me food or gum, and he does this with no one else. There was this boy I was semi-dating a while ago. We sat next to each other in this teacher's class. My teacher never liked him and was actually a little harsh towards him. This boy was very quiet, smart, never talked out of turn, a great student, really, but this teacher would always call on him for the hard questions. No one knew. He'd argue with this boy, whereas he's never argued with me or anyone else on anything, and he just gave off the vibe that he didn't like the kid. Sometimes I'll be doing my work and I'll look up and he'll just be staring at me. The way his desk is situated is that he's sitting facing to my right, diagonally. So to look right at me, you have to turn your whole head to look at me. So I'm pretty sure I'm not just staring off into space. Or I'm pretty sure it's not just him staring off into space. He always compliments my clothing, appearance, but never anyone else's. This isn't just oh, cool shirt. But things like, that skirt looks great on you. Stuff about how the clothing makes me look good. This is the only obvious, at least to me, creepy thing that he said or done. I was wearing my hair in a slave girl Leia style for no reason other than I think it looked pretty. One of my friends jokes that I should dress as slave girl Leia for the school Halloween party. Everyone comes to school dressed in a costume, and as we were laughing, my teacher came up and started laughing with us, saying he's going to dress up as Jabba the Hutt, which to me sounded a little out of place. Oh, ew. If you're a Star Wars person, you know that's fucked up. I don't like confrontation, so I didn't call him out or anything, I just laughed along with him. So, this isn't all that happened, but it's more or less like this. I feel like he could just be trying to be my friend, as he's a new teacher and I genuinely think we have a lot in common. He might notice that I'm pretty shy and introverted, so maybe he tries harder to make me feel safe or noticed or something. In the past, I've definitely read into other unrelated things, so it's not impossible that I'm overreacting. Another reason I'm scared to tell my parents/counselor/another teacher is that I go to a very conservative school in a conservative area, so I'm scared that if I tell someone, they might blame it on me acting like a hussy or something, lol. Anyways, am I overreacting? Should I tell someone? He won't be my teacher next year, so I really have to interact with him for like 3.5 months or so, and it's not like he's currently docking my grades or anything, and he's not mean, so is it really worth telling anyone? Yeah, it's definitely worth telling everyone. None of those things are okay. The Jabba the Hutt thing, like, if you know Star Wars, you know what that means. He wants to be the Jabba the Hutt to your slave Leia. That's fucked up. You're a kid. He's a teacher. Teachers should not be doing those things. There are certain boundaries that you just lawfully cannot cross. Let's see what were the things that... Oh, so he was getting mad at the boyfriend that she was kind of dating. Stares at her, never moves her seat, always sits her so that she's facing him, compliments her. Sounds like my principal. I had a principal who, the day I turned 18, she started, like, complimenting how handsome I am. Which, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm flattered. But you're my principal. Stop trying to fuck me. I'm not into that. You gotta tell someone. I didn't, because I was 18. and I was flattered. And I was flattered. I was like, you know what? Like, as long as I'm in control here, keep the compliments coming, miss. I am all for it. But, you know, this is obviously making you uncomfortable, so you should tell somebody. You're 17, you're underage. That's not okay. It wouldn't even be okay if you were 18. I'm pretty sure it's still illegal. Like the scandal with the teacher and the senior, even if they were 18, that's not okay. Pretty sure that teacher could lose their job. So, you gotta tell someone. I know, it sucks, but it's the right thing to do. Because it may not just be you. Not to make you feel less special, but he might be doing this to other people too. And you can prevent a whole mess of pain if, like, he were to ever try anything, you know what I mean? So, yeah, tell somebody in an authority position that you can trust, that you think will believe you. And in this day and age, I don't think anyone will blame you. That would be so fucked up. And if the person does blame you, tell somebody else, and keep telling people until somebody in power is going to and is willing to and does something about it. Even if you've got 3.5 months left, that's not okay, because he's going to keep doing that to other people. You could be the one to prevent this. These are heavy. This is a heavy episode. Oh my god. Is it just me, or do these relationship advices get, like, more and more intense every episode? Partner has been gaming every day for 5 weeks straight. Honey, is this you? Did you make this? Partner has been gaming every day for 5 weeks straight. No, it wasn't you. No, I'm just fucking with you. I just think it's funny. Yes, we finally got her on the podcast, kind of. I don't think the noise gate picked her up, though. I swear, guys, I have a girlfriend. Okay, so, partner has been gaming every day for 5 weeks straight. Female 22, male 24, 6-year relationship. Recently engaged to the love of my life, but one issue. He's always on the games from at least 3 p.m. to 8 to 9:30 p.m. every day. We work the same hours, so we're always home at the same times. We have our hobbies/friendships and families. Weekends are the same, gaming all day, every day. I'm so bored, but I don't know how to bring it up without insulting him or if I'm being clingy or needy. Ever since we've gotten back from our holiday in January when he proposed to me, it's been nothing but bad moods and gaming. Any gals feeling me right now? Any advice in a casual conversation to address my concern would be mint. Just be honest. Don't be like you need to stop gaming. Just be like, you've been gaming for a little while there. Do you maybe want to do something else together? Just ask him if he wants to do something with you because you're bored and you want to spend time with him. Tell him you want to spend time with him. That's all you have to do. And then go from there. Because maybe he'll put down the controller for a second. He'll realize that he's just been non-stop gaming and that he needs to pay attention to you. And then you're good. You're good in the neighborhood. Yeah, top comment. Just be honest and say you're bored and want to do things together. Nothing wrong with that. Exactly. Or game together. Pick up the Fortnite. Yeah. Ask him if he wants to drop at Dusty Divots. See what he says. Fortnite is still a thing. I stopped playing that in September. People still do that. More heavy ones. Fiance keeps watching porn. Alright. Let's help this person out. Howdy. My fiance keeps watching porn. At first, I didn't give a shit because that's just something people naturally do. He's very religious though, so much so that he didn't want to kiss before marriage, and for the longest time kept saying God didn't want him to be with me. I'm a total idiot and stayed with him 'cause I love him. Anyhow, we kiss every now and then and have had sex too. Each time he feels horrible, and I'm just really getting pissed off because he keeps watching porn. He keeps telling me whenever he watches it, and each time he does, I feel less and less... He keeps telling me whenever he watches it, and each time he does, I feel less and less confident and more self-conscious. The other day, we were having sex, and he said my butt was flat and my nipples were too big, and he started telling me how to position myself. I felt he was comparing me to something he watched. I feel pretty gross about him now. He keeps watching porn and won't even hold me anymore. Any advice would be appreciated. What should I do? Should I be okay with the porn again? What bothers me about that is that he seems completely hypocritical, saying that I tempt him when he goes and pleasures himself anyways, all while supposedly following God's word. Too long don't read, very religious fiance, continues to watch porn, yet won't be intimate with me because he wants to stay pure till marriage. Yeah, the hypocritical thing, but also just criticizing your body like that is a major red flag. And comparing you to porn stars, does he realize that porn stars are fake people? They're living sex dolls. That's what they do. They've had so much silicone put onto their body that they're only 50% human. He probably doesn't know that. If he's that religious, they don't allow you to use the internet to find out information. No, I don't know. That's and I've said this before, porn isn't a problem until it starts compromising or corrupting your expectations for reality. Once it stops being a fantasy and starts being expectation, then you're going to have problems in reality. And what's going on here is your boyfriend or fiance is allowing his fantasies to become his expectations, and he's comparing you to something that doesn't even really exist, to a thing on the screen, something artificial. That's when porn gets unhealthy. That's why I can't be 100% for it. I think it depends on the person. And he's obviously one of those people who can't control himself on it. And also, like, the religious thing, he's such a hypocrite. Be one or the other, man, and don't put you down just because he watches a porn star who looks one way. Like, he chose to be with you. So either he's happy with you or he's not. And if he's not, then you deserve somebody who is. And not somebody who's looking at these unrealistic women like, I don't know any porn stars. No, I'm kidding. Like Mia Khalifa or Brie Olsen or Lisa Ann or who's the one that was on the Logan Paul podcast? Not Asa Akira, the other one. Come on. How do I not know her name? I'm looking it up. Oh yeah, Riley Reid. How did I forget? Riley Reid. Yeah, so like, those are people on the screen, man. That's almost the same. No, it's like the same thing as like, if you try to compare your significant other to like Kim Kardashian or something. You go, Kim Kardashian does it like this. Fuck that. Like, that's not real. Kim Kardashian isn't real. She's a mythical creature with implants in her ass. They took 2 watermelons and they just stuffed them in there like a Build-A-Bear workshop. It's not real. I've been ranting about this for a while, but I think, putting people down for their bodies is fucked up. So I think you gotta rethink this whole relationship, because it seems like you guys aren't on the same page with your values, and he's expecting unrealistic things from you, and that's only gonna make you feel worse. When you're with somebody, they're supposed to make you feel beautiful, not like you're not like that porn star that they watched before. So you got some thinking to do on your relationship. You got to figure out if you want to feel like the second woman to a screen for the rest of your life. And if not, you got to leave this guy. You know what you have to do. You don't need to hear it from some 23-year-old college student with a podcast. I think you know enough to know what you have to do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be writing to these people on Reddit asking for advice. And with that, we are going to cut this episode here. I want to thank everybody so much. Sorry if this one got a little bit heavy, a little bit emotional, but it's good to talk about mental health. I really think it is, and it's a big part of my life. I'm sure it's a big part of a lot of yours too. And I want to thank everybody again for tuning in. For more information on the show, go to www.shortnewspod.com. Go to the description and go to those links if you want Buffy deals and Buzzsprout deals. And follow us on Instagram at shortnewspod. I'm Alex Mador. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I'll see you guys in like a day. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Or the day after, depending on when it goes up. Probably tomorrow night. Alright. Peace.
It's really that time of year, and your team might finally do it. Or if you're a Rams fan, you might just want to book the trip now. This year, Super Bowl 56 is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, February 13th. You can scour resellers to buy an overpriced ticket closer to the day, or you can lock in the Super Bowl experience of a lifetime. Now with our friends at On Location. True 50-yard line seats, only available with On Location. An invite to celebrate on the field with the champs. On Location, yes. You want to craft a perfect confetti angel like I did? Go to the game with On Location, and it's not just about gameplay. From dinner with NFL legend Marcus Allen to pre-game parties featuring acoustic sets for Wyclef, the official hospitality partner of the NFL is offering the most exclusive ticket packages available. Want to know how? Visit onlocationexp.com/SB56 or search Super Bowl On Location. That's right. Search Super Bowl On Location. Make the trip of a lifetime. It's your shot. Take it.